Can ChatGPT plan your meals for you? Well, today we are going to find out because we're going to let ChatGPT plan our February meals for us. That's 28 days worth of meals. And I'm going to show you what happens when you ask that website for the answer. This was an idea that was left to us in our comment section by our friend Celine Ferocious. She has a channel, so be sure to check her out, especially if you are interested in music content and vlogging, because that's what she does over there. And please, if you do go over, let her know that we sent you. All right. And I just love this idea because you never know with AI what you're going to get. So we're going to let Chat GPT do this for us, and I'm going to give you any tips if you want to use this, and let you know if it's something that I think I would use again in the future. Okay. All right, let's get started. So as you can see on the screen, what I put into the Chat GPT bar was, I'm looking for a meal plan for 28 days. We are a family of 3 adults. Our budget is $250. If you follow us, you're probably like, no, it's 600. Yeah, it is 600. But typically the first grocery haul of the month, we spend like $250 or less. And then just do fill-in hauls for the rest of the month, where we buy fresh produce. So I don't want to tell it $600 because it's no telling what it would tell me if I gave it that much, and I don't want to spend that much money in 1 week anyway. All right, so then I said we shop primarily at Aldi, Walmart, and Sam's Club. Those are our 3 local stores other than Publix, and we don't shop there as often because we do know the prices are higher on most things other than their buy one, get one free items. And then I said, I doubled down on it and said, please also provide a shopping list for me. Now, let's see what happens. All right, so we've got, here's a budget-friendly 28-day meal plan for your family of 3 adults with a $250 budget. And the goal is to make it balanced, nutritious meals while sticking to your budget and making use of Aldi, Walmart, and Sam's Club for cost-effective shopping. Meal plan overview will be each week we'll have a rotation of simple meals that incorporate affordable ingredients like beans, rice, pasta, vegetables, and meat. And I'll also aim for leftovers where possible to save on cooking time and cost. All right, so I'm all for that. So far, we're good. I'm not huge on beans and rice myself, but as long as it's not in every meal, I'm okay with that. Now, week 1 breakfasts. The breakfasts are oatmeal. I would have to do overnight oats. I do not like regular oatmeal that's cooked on the stove, but it has that, and then some toppings that you might could add to it: eggs and toast, yogurt and granola. Lunches: tuna salad, PB&J sandwiches, leftover dinners. Leftover dinners is what I do a lot here, other than I will make sure that I have something that I can have for lunches. Leftover from dinner is always good option and a great way to save some money. Dinners, they've got spaghetti with marinara, chicken stir fry, baked chicken with veggies, beef tacos, baked ziti, chili, and vegetarian stir fry. The vegetarian stir fry would never go here. Joel would not be okay with not having some kind of meat in it, but yeah, I would probably switch some of that around, and I might would use like less. Excuse me. Also, the baked ziti doesn't have any thing in it, and so again, I would have to have something with either ground beef, chicken, or pork in it for him. And but like I said, the beef tacos would be fine. We don't normally do beef in 2 recipes in 1 week, but so I probably wouldn't put chili and beef tacos on the same week. And also, the spaghetti with marinara, I just noticed that again, no protein in it. I wouldn't be able to do that. But and I wouldn't do beef and beef tacos and chili all in the same week. And the baked ziti would have to have chicken in it, I'm pretty sure. And the chili, it says ground beef or turkey, but I've always had problems getting um, the two men in my house to like turkey chili. Um, I've gotten them to eat it a couple of times, but not often. So a lot of this, I would have to do some tweaking, adding proteins to it. So that would throw off this a little bit. But you would have to do some tweaking on your own with this, because the truth is that Chat GPT doesn't know what your family likes to eat. So it's just giving you common food choices. So you might have to do some tweaking to make things more personalized to what your family likes. Week 2, again, oatmeal, eggs and toast, yogurt and granola, lunches, leftovers, cheese and crackers, and a small veggie or fruit. For me, that probably wouldn't work. I try to get about 100 grams of protein in my diet every day. And so cheese and crackers just for lunch would be a very low protein meal. So I probably wouldn't do that. The tuna salad would be fine, and the leftovers. Dinners, we got chicken fajitas, beef stir fry, stuffed peppers. I don't think I could get Joel to eat stuffed peppers to save my life. I don't think that would work. Even though it's got ground beef in it, he's not a big fan of peppers. So to eat a big pepper with food stuffed in it is probably not going to work for him. But anyway, baked chicken with potatoes, pasta with garlic and oil. Again, no protein. He would be like, where's the protein? Soup and sandwiches. We haven't done soup and sandwiches in a really long time. And it says to use canned soup, and we don't buy canned soup. We make homemade soup at home. So this would probably not work. Vegetable stir fry, again, no protein. He would not do that. Week 3, oatmeal, eggs and toast, yogurt and granola, leftovers, PB&J sandwiches, cheese and crackers. Dinners, chicken and rice casserole, tacos, baked ziti, chicken stir fry, beef chili, spaghetti with marinara, and vegetarian tacos. Yeah, y'all already know the ones that are vegetarian are not going to work for my family. So that's why a couple of these would not work. Again, it's about tweaking it, figuring out what you like. If you do this plan and you let it choose your meals for you, just go through and cross out the things that you think that's not going to work for me. And replace it with something you do like. All right, so week 4, oatmeal, eggs and toast, yogurt and granola, leftovers, PB&J sandwiches, tuna salad. Dinners, chicken enchiladas, baked chicken with veggies, beef stir fry, pasta with garlic and oil, chili, stuffed peppers, vegetarian stir fry. So here's our grocery list for the 28 days. And I'm going to tell you, they got all this produce listed, and I would be very cautious about some of it because some of it will not last 28 days. So that's the only thing that would be a little bit of a problem. You might even think to yourself, maybe instead of asking it for a 1-month plan or 28 days, I should ask it for a 1 week. You know what I'm saying? Like if you say, I'd like a 7-day meal plan, and it gives you a 7-day meal plan and the grocery list. And then after it gave you that and you made the notes on all of that, then ask it for another 7-day meal plan and then make all the notes, but make sure to hold all the produce and not buy it the first week. Because again, like I said, some of that produce would go bad. Hope that makes sense. Separate it and then don't buy the produce in the other weeks. And do that as your fill-in hauls. That might be a way to do it. I didn't do it that way, and now I kind of think I should have. All right, for proteins, it says 2 dozen eggs, 5 pounds of ground beef, 2 pounds of chicken breast, 1 whole chicken, 2 cans of tuna, and 1 pound of ground turkey, which is optional for that chili. Dairy, 2 pounds of shredded cheese, 1 block of cheese, which is funny because the way that they have that written, We don't buy shredded cheese. We buy blocks of cheese and shred them ourselves. Which if you have a shredder, you can do that. So we don't buy shredded cheese that's like in a bag or something. And I'm assuming that's why it's got that written separately than the cheese for sandwiches and snacks. And then a pound of mozzarella, a pound of ricotta, or ricotta, a tub of plain yogurt. I would get plain Greek yogurt, 1 stick of butter, 1 loaf of bread, 2 bags of rice, that's white or brown, 2 boxes of pasta, spaghetti or ziti, and 1 bag of tortilla chips, 1 box of crackers, 1 large bag of oatmeal. A bag of oatmeal? Or it comes in a little container like a, anyway, it's not a bag. A box of granola, and let's see, 2 cans of tomato sauce, 2 cans of diced tomatoes, 2 cans of beans, 1 can of mushroom soup. Anytime a recipe calls for mushroom soup, we pretty much always replace it with cream of chicken soup because Joel's not a fan of mushrooms. So we usually swap that out for chicken. And we make that at home, so we don't buy it. 2 cans of enchilada sauce, 1 jar of peanut butter, 1 jar of jelly, 1 box of taco seasoning, 1 package of taco tortillas, 1 jar of salsa, 1 bag of frozen corn, that's optional, and a box of chili seasoning. If you follow us, you know that I don't really buy homemade, I don't buy store chili seasoning. I don't buy any kind of seasoning blends or mixes, and I just Google, or well, I guess I'd rather say I go to Pinterest and I will look up a recipe for it. And generally, there's a recipe for every kind of seasoning blend, and I just make it myself because typically most seasoning blends are made with pretty common ingredients. It's just the amounts are different. Condiments, soy sauce, olive oil, vinegar, mayo, mustard, miscellaneous, 1 pack of spices. I don't know what that means. I see it says salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder, but I don't know by 1 pack of spices. I don't know what that word means. Like in that context, what does that mean? 1 pack of tortillas, and then 1 box of baking soda. That's optional for cleaning or baking. That's interesting. I don't know. Tips for keeping the cost low is to look for sales or buy in bulk, especially for meat and pantry items at Sam's Club. Yeah, though, again, as we always point out, don't assume that a circular or that bulk is the best deal. Always check the unit cost because sometimes you can do better than something that shows up in a sales flyer, and sometimes you can do better than something that's in bulk at other places, maybe generic or something like that. So we never assume anything. Stick to Aldi for basic staples like dairy, eggs, produce, and bread. I agree that staples are generally priced better at Aldi, but I will say that you always have to take into account at Aldi that if you can buy a larger size of something, like I'll give you an example. If you buy the block of cheese at Aldi, and the 8 ounce, sometimes that's the best price, period. But sometimes the 8 ounce is not as cheap as buying the 2 pound block of cheese at Walmart. So it's really, or like if you have a Kroger around your area, you might catch a sale where their 2 pound block is cheaper than buying 4 8 ounces of the cheese at Aldi. So it's not 100% true that you should stick to your basic staples, but more often than not, those staples are a better price. Yeah. And as far as produce goes, it is true for almost everything. I would not buy bananas, pineapples, and mandarin oranges. At Aldi, I think that's the three that we kind of stay away from. The bananas go from being green to brown with no yellow in between. I don't know why. And the pineapple that we bought was totally white inside, which means it wasn't ripe when they picked it. And the mandarins, I don't know what it is, but Joel just says there's no taste to them. They don't have any flavor. So we seldom buy that there. But most produce is good. And the eggs, we do not buy our eggs at Aldi because we can buy them from Sam's Club at it is slightly more, but they're cage free. The ones at Aldi that are cheaper than the ones at Sam's Club are conventional. But overall, it is true that you can find generic prices on Aldi stuff at a better price than other stores, just with some caveats, of course. And then it says freeze any leftover meat or veggies to stretch any meal further. And that is true. And it says this plan should keep you under budget while still providing a variety of meals for the month. You can adjust based on your local store prices or swap out ingredients as necessary to fit your preferences. Yeah, I would say if you're new to meal planning, this might be a great jumping off point for you. But also, again, you have to keep reflecting on the idea that it doesn't know what you already have. So, you know what that means? You need to go to your refrigerator, freezer, pantry, and check off your list. What I would do, I would pull a not a spreadsheet necessarily, but a Word document or what is it called on Google Doc, something like that. Copy and paste this over there, and then I would take after I figured out if there was anything I needed to change, make the changes, and then I would take my shopping list to my refrigerator, freezer, and pantry and see if I already have some of this stuff, and then see what I could do. Again, we like to do an inventory of our refrigerator, freezer, and pantry first so that we can see what we already have and then build a meal plan based off what we already do have. And this is not doing that for you. So there's a possibility that you may have been able to make the list even shorter or even smaller because you were basing your meal plan off what you already have and then filling in when you run out of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So this can't do that. This was an interesting experiment. Like I said, it might be really good for someone who is brand new to meal planning and just needs somebody to kind of help them out. And it certainly is, giving new ideas here. Kind of not really, because these are kind of common things, I think, but they are things that maybe like if you have never been much on meal planning before, you might appreciate having those ideas. So I would say give it a try if you never have and you've never meal planned before, for sure. Or if you're just like, I'm tired of doing the same things and I want to try something new, give it a try. It might give you something that you could work with. Anyway, I hope that you found this interesting, and I hope that you'll come back for next week when we show you the grocery hauls from our real actual meal plan. And until next time, this is Christy with Saving Money for the Long Run. Remember, it's a long run. Give yourself a little grace. Bye.